Hi, I'm Josh, and today we're going to learn how to supercharge your marketing with real-time automations from your website interactions. So yes, we're going to look at our Turtle and Roo site, and we're going to see how we can send out something which we call category triggers in real time from your website interactions. Yeah, so let's dive right in. So we're on the Turtle and Roo website. Once we're on the Turtle and Roo website, users will be able to click around. They can come through to the home page, but users might also browse the category section on your website. Here, they can see that they can browse clothing, technology, home and furniture. And in this instance, I'm going to do a demo of the clothing section. So when a user comes through to the clothing section, we'll be able to see all of their interactions, what products they've been clicking on, and generally showing great interest in these products. So what happens if the user in this session doesn't go on and make a purchase? What can we do to remarket to them? Let's jump into our Map Acquire tool. Within our Map Acquire tool, we're able to create audiences off the back of these different users. So we're creating a clothing engaged user audience. Let me show you how this one's built up. So in here, we've created an audience, which is containing the URL called clothing. And in this instance, we have used a little bit of an engagement to show that the user must have spent at least 30 seconds or have at least 3 page views in this session. And what we want to do for a condition for removal is make sure that the user hasn't checked out in the same session. And up here, we've got some different exclusion parts as well. So we're going to wait at least 5 minutes for a user to become eligible for this condition. We're going to look for users in the last 7 days, and we're also going to be able to expire users after a certain time period. In terms of this one, we're also going to be sending it to our Map Digital Whiteboard to go and execute these campaigns. There are many other different rules and things that we can use in our platform, including contextual data, location-based data, and performance data as well. So lots of different choices to make your audiences. How do we use this data? So for the clothing example, we'd come into our drag and drop email, create your normal email as you would for clothing, for instance, for this clothing category. And we would come into here, we'd prepare send out and save this as a prepared message against a group. Once we have our lovely creative and want to utilize this message, we can go and build our whiteboard. So in our whiteboard, we would come in, and this one is an event-based whiteboard. And what we're using here is this enters and exits web audience with Map Acquire segment here. So this condition allows users to come in. We picked the Turtle and Roo subscribers group, and we're matching this condition. And this condition on this one is that audience I've just created. So the Turtle and Roo clothing engaged user audience. Next step here, as soon as a user comes through this step, we're actually going to wait 20 minutes. We don't want to send the communication to the user too soon, because it might seem a little bit too scary to the individual. And then once we have waited that 20 minutes and they still meet these conditions, we're going to send that email. And here you can see we've got the prepared message, which is the saved one with the Turtle and Roo web-based offers. And once you have this built, we would also advise setting a whiteboard goal. And in this whiteboard goal, it's going to remove any users who during this process have actually had a transaction registered. So we're removing those users from the audience. Simply, this is how we would build that condition. We'd then activate this whiteboard up here on top right, and then this condition would then run. So let's do a quick recap here of what we've done today. So we've been able to see users on the website, and we've been able to automate out a really targeted marketing for them 20 minutes after they have had their web session and they haven't made a purchase. There are some more examples of what you could do from utilizing the same kind of theory. So you can create abandoned basket or browse automations. You could use your wish list to do wish list reminder campaigns. For your key products, you can create back in stock campaigns. As soon as stock comes back on the site, you could use this as a vehicle to bring people back. You can create these category triggers, either event-based, as I just showed, or you could even do weekly roundups using recurring whiteboards and have not received these message in the last X number of days segments. Other use cases here, a little bit away from retail, but a user could click on the cool customer services button online, and you maybe could email out with your recent FAQs just to try and save that time. Also for a financial product, for instance, say for instance, a user was looking at a really high value product, we could also do a proactive outreach to your sales team to go and contact that user and try and convert. So for this, please do by all means get in touch and schedule a session with one of our consultants to learn more tips on how to supercharge your marketing.